Hey, this is Web Junior 1977 here. Back in the Oasis once again, of course. It's been a little while since I've done a live stream again. Hasn't been too long, but it's been a little while. Stuff's falling everywhere. Wish it's been a little longer since that happened. But yeah, back again. And hope to get some people in here and chat it up for a little while. Oh. Not a whole lot has happened since I last did a live stream. Pretty much covered all my pickups that I've gotten. So we're good there, and gonna probably be doing my proton pack mod pretty soon. As early as tomorrow, possibly. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Found some stuff I can use to do that with, so hopefully that goes smoothly if I decide to do it. And I got the strip cut. I actually made 3 of them out of it. I'm pretty sure I might have already said that on stream, but I'm not sure. But yeah, hopefully be doing that soon. So it's a little involved in it because I got to take the pack apart. Sucks, but a lot of a lot of these mods I've been doing to it, I haven't had to take the pack apart. I just snipped them off as it's going into the pack, and pushed it back into the pack, and those few times I've been doing that, on all those videos, those few videos, I've been saying about how I just take them out when, take the parts of them out when I finally open the pack to do something, and this is going to be the time, I guess. So when I have the pack open, I'll make sure I get all the excess crap out of there that I didn't before, that I just snipped off, pushed back into the pack. So I'll get that stuff out of there at least. Kind of 2 birds with 1 stone scenario there, but or more than 2 birds with 1 stone, because I snipped off at least 2 or 3 different times. I snipped 3, I think, different times. Can't remember. I know it was definitely 2 different times because there's 2 different like black. They're obviously rubber, but they're supposed to be coated cables running into there that I snipped off and pushed back into the pack. So I'll be able to get them out of there at least. And yeah. But other than that, not really sure exactly which videos I want to do a retro stream again as soon as possible, obviously, but aside from that, I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing. I'm sure I'll probably have some pickup videos, in the future soon, hopefully. But might even have some unboxings, or maybe even like a teardown of something that I'm going to be working on soon. So get something going. Sometimes it's hard to find stuff to do video on. So whenever I get a chance to do a video, like Like the last one I did was the Friday the 13th thing, showing the figures and the movies and stuff that I have. I was like, oh, it's Friday the 13th. I have, you know, what is it, 8 of them now? Yeah, 8 figures. Got all the movies so far. Don't know if they're ever going to come out with another one or not. They may, who knows. But hopefully they don't screw it up if they do. But anytime I get to do a video like that, it's pretty awesome. Because I think it was like a little over 10 minutes or something to do that video. So, and then sometimes I like, shooting several videos at once and then uploading them, one a day or whatever. So I have a video for each day or whatever. So sometimes I get a chance to do that. That doesn't happen very often though, but sometimes I get a chance to do that. So. But hopefully we can get some people in here and start in on a topic of some sort. Actually, I think I might send some let's see. Oh yeah. Alright, so got some of the got some messages sent out that I'm live, so maybe, just maybe, get somebody in here. So yeah. So there is one thing I did. Well, I watched yesterday evening and this evening, both. Well, yesterday was later at night. It was later at night when we watched a movie. We watched some movies with the projector and tried out my JBL speaker that I got, and surprisingly, it did very well. I was kind of a little concerned about how it was going to perform. Like, I knew it was pretty, decently loud and everything, but when you get a couple kids talking and stuff like that, sometimes it tends to, like the sound bar we have, does a decent job, but when the kids start talking, it only goes so loud, and sometimes it's still a little difficult to hear certain things, especially the movies that specifically the movies that get a little, they get a little lower in volume at certain points. than others, and it was kind of hard to, still kind of difficult in those parts to kind of hear what they were saying or whatever, what was going on. But the JBL speaker actually does really well. I had to actually turn it down, so quite a bit actually, to so it wouldn't be too loud. So it worked pretty good. And if anybody that watches this later on, I got a Fangor projector. Showed it a couple times on stream. I'm not sure if all the projectors are like this or not, but for some weird reason, it's Bluetooth. But I tried to Bluetooth it to my speaker, and I tested it out here, and of course I had to do it again in the house. But I turned on the Bluetooth and tried to pair it, and it wouldn't pair with the speaker. So I'm like, well, what am I doing wrong? Well, I had just happened to notice that it said, I was trying to pair it, it said it didn't have an internet connection. And I'm like, well, what's that got to do with Bluetooth? Because anyone that knows the internet and Bluetooth knows that you don't need both. Like, you can Bluetooth two things together without any internet connection. But for some reason, I needed to have Wi-Fi in order to Bluetooth the speaker, which is kind of weird, but I got it working, so it's all good. So, but for some reason I had to do that. It's kind of strange, but just for future reference for somebody might be watching this later, that if you try to Bluetooth your movie projector with your projector with a speaker, an external speaker, you may need to have a Wi-Fi connection, which is kind of strange. I don't know. I've never seen that happen before. Like, you shouldn't need to do that, but whatever. It's fine. So I only ever use it here anyway. So it's kind of like anywhere I would take it to use it, I would more than likely have a Wi-Fi connection anyway. So either way, it's it's fine. But just to give people a heads up. Hey, how's it going, brother? For a firmware update? Yeah, that could be too. Yeah, that could be. It was just strange because, like, I know you know stuff about that, and I've never had to have. I don't know anything you need an internet connection to do that. But like you said, if it's some sort of update that it needed, because that up until then. Up until the time that I connected that speaker for the first time, I never, well, first of all, I didn't even know it had Wi-Fi. My projector, I mean, obviously. I didn't even know it had Wi-Fi to start with, which is kind of neat. I don't know exactly what you can do with the Wi-Fi, if I can actually, like, maybe jump right into like onto YouTube or something with it. I don't know what you need Wi-Fi for your projector, because I've never... because up until I bought that, I still have it. Like I think it's a 16 millimeter projector, like an old projector, and obviously it doesn't have any kind of stuff like that. But yeah, I didn't even really know that it had Wi-Fi to start with until I got to looking on it, and I'm like, oh crap, because I never even went into the settings on the projector, so it's pretty awesome, all the stuff it could do. It's really not that expensive of a projector. I think I only paid, it was close to $300, I think, for it. But, which is cheap compared to, which is cheap for, for projectors. I mean, there's a lot more expensive projector out there than that, obviously. But oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I can. I know I can use my phone and stuff to it, put it on there, but I don't know if that's using Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. I think it's Bluetooth still, but yeah, it's pretty neat how you can do all that stuff. But it actually saved the. It actually has, from the last time that I was on. It actually comes up with the that's on Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth still turned on, so it doesn't. You don't have to turn all that stuff back on like it automatically. You still have to pair it, but it's at least doing part of it anyway. But I kind of wish that you could just set it to where it would pair automatically when you turn it on, but it doesn't. It's not working that way. But it's not too big of a hassle. But it still sure beats plugging having to plug the projector in, then plug in the sound bar, and then plug in the 2.5 millimeter headphone jack into it, and it wasn't really that loud. Like the sound bar it's a decent sound bar, but it just didn't go loud enough, really. I mean, like if it was just a few adults or whatever that's not going to be chit chatting while it's going on, then it would be fine. But if you got a couple kids that like to talk during the movie, there were times, like I said, there were times when it was a little hard to hear, but it's working good now. Had to turn the volume down quite a bit, actually. Which, I had it in here and did like a test on it, and was surprised at how loud it was. But then I was also like, this is a small area compared to my house, so I'm like, is it gonna perform good in the house? And it does pretty good. It does pretty damn good for what I paid for the speaker. Normally they were $179, and I got it for $129. So I mean, I still can't believe that was a thing. It was weird. I don't know how they expect to sell the Charge 4s. They might as well just give them away, because they're selling the Charge 5 at the same price the Charge 4 is. They're never going to sell a Charge 4 unless someone specifically needs the aux-in port, like I thought I was going to need, but ended up didn't need it. So I'm glad I got the Charge 5, because I would have been disappointed if I would have found out, like, hey, later, oh, hey, it's got, Bluetooth, and I could have just did that instead of connecting yet another wire to it. So it's pretty awesome. Still haven't figured out my turntable here, my record player. It was playing through my stereo fine. Now for some reason it doesn't want to play through my stereo anymore. I don't know what it is. It's got built-in speakers, which sound alright. It's not terrible by any means, but then it has of course the RCA's at the back. I had it hooked into my stereo, like I said, and it was working fine, but now it just doesn't want to play through. I don't know if there's something wrong with the jack on it that it won't do that, and then it has Bluetooth, and I couldn't get it to Bluetooth with my speaker, so not sure what that's all about. But I think I know my box for it's in the house. I'll have to check in it to see if there's a manual in there to see if there's something special I have to do to pair it or not. But it'd be cool to pair that with my, with my JBL speaker and to hear it better than the internal speakers of the record player itself. So I actually got quite a bit of records now. So getting a decent collection of them. Gonna have to, if I get any more, I'm gonna have to find a new place to put them because there's kind of run out of room. But for now, I'm good. Those things are so expensive too. Records, they're crazy. Some of them are. I just got a couple Johnny Cash records for $3 a piece, and they seem to work pretty good. Although I think the one I bought I already had, so, but oh well. $3 you can't really. I just give the other one to somebody that might want it. It's not that big a deal, but if you're still here, Gray Alien Gaming, how you been? How you been doing? So I've been kind of busy, but I guess busy's good sometimes. But I have had a couple weekends off now. I would have had to. In at work, it's a pain in the ass sometimes. Well, I'm sure everybody knows work's a pain in the ass, but for those people that don't know what I'm talking about or that might not go through this, I want to tell you anyway. They tell us, oh, we're working Friday. It's almost a definite Friday. We're supposed to do 410s, and then they throw the Friday in there. Like, we may as well just work, may as well just work Friday to start with. Not do the 410s, but then they come to you at the last minute and say, okay, well, we're not working Friday now. About an hour or two till the end of the day, and it tells, oh, we're not working tomorrow. I'm like, jeez. Look, because you can't plan anything. You try to plan something, and they say, oh yeah, you're working Friday or Friday and Saturday, and then after you say, well, I can't plan anything, or you change your plans because you've already planned something, then they tell you not working. You didn't have to change your plans at all. And it's already too late. I'm like, it's ridiculous. But anyway. Yeah, I know you're Todd. I didn't know if you wanted me to call you Todd or on this, or if you wanted me to call you by your name there or whatever. What do you do? Oh, I work for a company called, the company was bought out not long ago here by Oshkosh Truck Corporation. But I actually work for a company called JLG. They do like man lifts and stuff. They do telehandlers and scissor lifts and AWPs, which is what I work on. The ultra machines, like the 1250s, 1200s, 1250s, 1500s. But I hose the booms and stuff. Put the hoses and cables through the power tracks on the booms and stuff. But it's not terrible, but I mean, in a way it is, but it isn't, because it's not like It's not a huge pain in the ass, but it kind of is when like there's like 3 stations, and we're like the station that takes the longest to do something. So for instance, like to give you a good example, the 1250s, they take the normal booms like the 1200s, 1350s. They're just a boom that goes up and telescopes out. But then the lower, or the 1250s have a lower, and then they have a boom on top of that, so the lower can go up and then the upper can go up, And I did that kind of backwards, but you get the idea. The lower sticks out here, and the lower can go up. The lower can go up, and then But and they're more of a pain in the ass as far as time wise, because, for instance, the torque cell in front of us, there's the build cell and the torque cell, and us. The torque cell can do one of those booms in like 20 minutes. Takes us an hour and a half to do it. So it's like if they get a bunch of them, which we have been because we ran out of other parts for other stuff, they can pop them out in 20 minutes, whereas it takes us an hour and a half, so they get piled up on us, and it's a pain in the ass. And we're supposed to have 3 people in our station. We only have 2, so, and they're supposed to have 2 people in their station, and they have 3. So it's really confusing. It really makes no sense, but yeah. So, but it's a lot better than some of the jobs I've had over the years. So it pays a lot better too. So I've been there for 18 years now. Crazy. Not doing just that job, of course. I've been all over the plant, obviously, in those 18 years, but it's got to be the hardest job I've done there so far. Let's put it that way. As far as the job and as far as how long it takes to do a boom, But it does eat up the time quite quickly. So I mean, some of the days seem like they drag, and other days seem like they go freaking quick. So those quick days are nice, but. Well, yeah, I had like a construction job before, and my construction job was horrible. So, and I wasn't getting paid that great either. So it's the best paying job I've ever worked at right now. So, but and I worked at a golf course, of course, and the golf course for the most part was a lot less stressful, but again, the pay wasn't that great. So, and it wasn't too bad then because I may not have been getting paid a lot, that much, but at least I didn't have kids to worry about, So if I had that job now, I'd be in trouble. So making, I think when I left there, I was making like $9.45 an hour. So I'm like, it's just not it's not exactly an ideal. That wasn't exactly an ideal job for somebody that had kids. So I'm glad I got into this place and making a lot more money than than I was making there. But it's an environment like a lot of other places that if you're concerned about what other people think of you, you probably don't want to work there because there's a lot of drama, and they have meetings about it all the time, saying about how you're not allowed to harass people and do all this and that, but they still do it. I mean, I guess it's in our nature, some of us, to gossip about each other and act like we're better than someone else or something. And really, none of us are any better than the other. I mean, we're all equal. I mean, when it comes down to it. But there's some people that just think their shit doesn't stink, you know? And they're sorely mistaken. But, they just think they've been there, done it all, and you're doing it wrong. It's either the way that there's like two ways to do it, their way and the wrong way, you know? So, I mean, it's like, gets tiring a lot of times. It's kind of, I've been, anybody that knows me pretty well, knows that I'm good at ignoring people. And that's you gotta learn how to ignore people. When they say ignorant ass shit to you, or you hear them saying it under their breath, or to someone else or something, just gotta ignore it, because it's not even worth a response on a lot of things they say. I've heard so much shit go through there, racial comments and comments about so and so doesn't do much work, and I gotta do it all, and just it never ends, you know. That's probably the worst part of any job, really. I mean, that kind of stuff. You got like, you get along with the person that you're working with, but then that person doesn't get along with someone else, but you get along with them, and you gotta play like middleman kind of deal. You gotta, you know what I mean? It's tiring, but it's not for somebody that, you know, cares about what other people think. That's for damn sure, because you wouldn't last long there if you got offended easily, or if you cared about what someone else thought of you. Because it doesn't matter how good you are, they'll find something to bitch about, whether it's legitimate or not. It's just the way it goes, you know. So always a pain in the ass for sure, but but the pay is good, so it's kind of, especially when they have us in there on a Friday, or or Saturday, or best on Sunday. That's big money, but it's, I don't know. I'm not saying I don't like money, but people are always like, "Well, just think about the money." It's like, yeah, I'm thinking about the money, and I really don't need it that bad to be working every single weekend. Don't mind overtime, but every weekend it gets old. You know, it's like, money's good, but family's better. You know what I mean? Spending time with your family's priceless. You know, you can't say, "Oh, I'd rather be in." If you're married and have kids, and you say, and you ever utter the phrase, "I'd rather be at work than home," then you're not doing something right, because that's, you know. Then the guy I work with, he's like, "Well, it's gonna be raining anyway. We may as well be at work." No, you know, it's. I don't care if it's raining, what it's doing. I'd still rather be home than work. If I don't have to be at work, you know. Especially if you're standing around at work doing nothing because you don't have nothing to do. But yet you're in there. It makes no sense. But anyway, enough about that crap. 2 hours later, after you ask what I do for a living. But, it's alright. It's not horrible, but it has its moments, like any other job, I guess. That's why I call it a job and not fun time, you know. But, anyway. I don't know if you saw it yet or not, Todd, but It's funny you just said that. I don't know if you saw this. I don't know if you saw this or not, but I did buy this Charge 5. I don't know if you heard the whole story about it, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Now, I don't know if you heard the whole story about it, but I had that projector. Well, I mean, I have that projector. And I was using a sound, or sound bar with it, with headphone to headphone plug, and so I'm like, when I buy it, I was doing some research on these and come to the conclusion that I wanted to get a Charge 4, because the Charge 4 has, well, here's the back of the Charge 5. It just has the USB-C to charge it, and it has a USB under the flap. For some reason, I don't know why they just didn't put everything under the flap since it's waterproof. I don't understand. It's kind of stupid in my view. But anyway, but it doesn't have the aux out, or aux in, I should say. So I was like, I need to get the Charge 4 because this model doesn't have it. Charge 4 does. Went in there and the guy goes, well, Charge 5 is the same price. And this is after I found out that, what I was just saying a little bit ago, that my projector has Bluetooth. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to get that. Because apparently it sounds better. I've listened to, it's hard to because I watch YouTube videos when I do research and stuff. And they show, okay, here's the sound between this and this. And it's kind of hard to tell over a YouTube video. You can sort of tell, but it's hard to tell over a YouTube video which one sounds, the differences between the sounds. But Charge 5 did sound a little bit better. I had a lot better reviews, so yeah, definitely gonna get that. Aside from that, I did buy I don't know if you saw, Todd, but I got a big damn roll of this woven ribbon cable. It does have a few spots that are like straight like that, which is kind of weird. I've never seen anything like that. I've seen it either just all straight or woven like that. But I'm going to be putting a part of it on my pack here before too long. And definitely be uploading that video as soon as I'm done. But it shouldn't take me too long to do. But you know how that works. I kind of want to figure out whether I can get an extra one of those pieces, the clamps or whatever, just in case I ruin one of them, Yeah, it's pretty much, I pretty much have it to where I want it at, but I do want to change that ribbon cable out, but I wanted to get GB1 ribbon cable, but the GB1 ribbon cable was just ridiculously priced. Like, they want like $50 or $60 for a GB1 ribbon cable, if you can find them. That's if you can find them. And it's kind of crazy, but then they have GB2 ribbon cable was like $20, I think, $19.99 or something. But I actually bought that roll for $7 or $6. It was $5.99, but he's just sold to me for an even $5. He said, you just give me $5 for it. Don't worry about that 99-cent part. All right. So, and it was enough to do 3 of the packs. So I'll be giving out, giving somebody one of them if they want it. So, but yeah, should look pretty good with that one. It's a little bit wider than the one that's on there, but the clamp's big enough for that wider ribbon cable. So, aside from that, I think I've done pickups videos on all of them, everything that I've gotten now. So I don't think I've gotten anything that I haven't done a video on, that I can think of at least. But we know how that goes. But I think I pretty much got all. I have sold a few things. When I sell stuff, it's usually just stuff that you'll never see. You probably never seen on stream, and that just extra stuff I have, or stuff that I have laying around that I'll probably never display anywhere, or it's in a tote that doesn't see the light of day, pretty much. Um, but and I don't really care about it. I just sell it for a little bit here, a little bit there, and save up money to buy something that I really need. So it works out pretty well. But I just sent a buddy of mine a belt gizmo. He was pretty stoked about that. Yeah, yeah. That's kind of what I've been doing, because I figure if they're in a freaking tub behind this love seat and they've been there for how long, that what am I really doing with them? You know what I mean? So haven't sold any Transformers. I mean, I did sell some Transformers, but like the only Transformers I've sold were like how do I put it, like ones you would get at like Dollar General and stuff, like those type of Transformers. Not the real complicated Transformers, but like the cheaper ones that you can buy for like $15 or something at Dollar General or whatever they are. Um, I have sold some of them. Matter of fact, the last things I sold were some of those, but nothing. I haven't sold any of my ones off that shelf or nothing like that. But there's probably a few I could sell off that shelf that I wouldn't miss, but just anything to make a little bit of room for for something. But I sell stuff when I get a chance to, and get enough stuff rounded up. I send a picture to my friend that he actually lives in the town I work in, so it works out. I just meet him after work. I just know. Yeah, the more you sell, the less you have to take with you. That's for sure. But yeah, it'd be awesome to have you closer, brother, for sure. I mean, you'll still be a good ways away, but nowhere as far as you are now. So, yeah, it'd be awesome as hell, brother. Definitely have to meet up sometime. But yeah, I'll probably take this an hour to an hour and a half, this video, so still got a little time to talk here if anybody else comes in too. So, I mean, I'm perfectly fine with just talking to you, but in limbo right now since my son's bad cars. Oh, so I don't know if I heard about that or not. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Is he all right, or I know one of my friends just came back to work here not too long ago. He had a bad motorcycle accident, hit a deer, and he got all screwed up. It was horrible. It was really horrible. I didn't realize how horrible it was until he got back and was telling me about it. Oh yeah, ah. That sucks. I hate freaking car. I mean, who doesn't hate car accidents? But obviously, but uh, oh yeah, yeah, it sucks though. Especially when someone dies, it sucks how that works. Someone comes along, it's hardly injured, and the other person gets killed. It depends on the situation, obviously. But somebody wasn't wearing a seatbelt and all that stuff. That's a lot of people are like, why do we have to wear seatbelts? It should be our own, uh, do at our own discretion. But that's why, because they don't realize that if you hit somebody and they die, whether they were having a seat, they might not have a seatbelt on. I don't really understand it that well because it's up to that person whether they have seatbelt or not the person that hit them. You know what I mean? So if it's your fault in the injury, or if it's your fault in the accident, and that person dies as opposed to just gets hurt a little bit, then yeah, it's. But it makes no sense in another aspect because, you know, it's not like you could control whether they had their seatbelt on. So then I have a license or insurance. Jeez, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean it doesn't it's bad situation when something like that happens. Obviously, it's an understatement, but like I said, it's like you can't control. You can control whether you wear a seatbelt, but you can't control what other people do. I mean, and it's so funny. Like, not funny, but well, this part's kind of funny, but not accidents. Obviously, aren't funny, but like, it's kind of funny sometimes when I go down the road and I see like the guardrails messed up because someone bumped the guardrail and busted it or whatever. They got cones on there, like cones around it, like, oh, if you crash, don't crash here because the guardrails, like, you can control where you crash at. You know what I mean? Or it says don't pull over here because, well, no shit. You can. Like, here's an idea. Well, the time it took you to put them cones up, why didn't you just fix fuck guardrail? Uh, they're they're all the time tearing up the road when they don't have to, but they can't fix the guardrail. Uh, the cones aren't going to do a damn thing. You have an accident there and you hit them cones. Guess what? You're going right through them cones easier than hell. But yeah. Anyway, getting back to my friend at work, he hit a deer with a motorcycle, and it was a really rough deal because um, they told his parents that he had less than a 5% chance of living. I'm like, I can't even imagine. Can't even imagine what it'd be like if one of my kids were in a wreck. Obviously, they're not old enough to drive yet, but they'd still be in a car wreck. And I was told that, yeah, you got your son or daughter has less than 5% chance of living. I don't even know what I would do. But he pulled through, which is a miracle. I mean, someone was watching out for him. That's for sure. But I'm sure he was moving way too fast. But he didn't deserve what he got. But maybe he deserved to get scared or something. But get a oh, that was a close one, kind of thing. But not what he got. But hopefully Hopefully, it makes them slow down, especially on a motorcycle. That shit's just ridiculous. Like, that's one reason I never wanted to drive a motorcycle is because everything's bigger than you. At least in a car, you have a fighting chance, you know. Yeah, that's always a huge fear. I mean, more so for you because your kids are driving. You know, I have to worry about more like who's driving my kids. You know what I mean? At this point, but yeah, when they get the driver's license, it's a whole different ball game. Then got to worry about all that. You know what I mean? You hope that you raised them and you taught them good driving habits. That you raised the one, you taught them good driving habits, but then even if you did, it doesn't matter because someone else can hit them, you know. So, especially drunk drivers, you know. That's another thing to watch out for. You can even be a great driver if you're drinking. Throws all that out the window, you know. So, uh, it's definitely it's definitely a scary situation. That's for damn sure. But yeah, I can't even imagine when my kids start driving. It's staying, being home like, where are they at? Where are they at? Definitely gonna have a Life 360 app on them. Track, not necessarily where they go, but all the time, but if they're all right, you know what I mean. If they're broke down or something, I'll know where they're at and all that fun stuff. But not trying to spy on them, but say okay, they're close to the house or. But yeah, can't say I'm a great driver, the greatest driver in the world, but I tend to drive a lot better than some people do. But the habit I got to get out of is driving worse when there's no one in the car with me. Well, kids aren't here. Go a little faster. I need to because something happens to me. Where are my kids at? You know what I mean? Like they're not old enough to take care of themselves, and they have a mother, obviously, but it's always best to have both, So, yeah. I mean, I don't ever kill the speed limit like some people do, but I go over the speed limit all the time. But there's still people that pass you around blind turns and pass you like you're sitting on blocks. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know what they're in such a hurry about. Like, especially if they're on their way to work. I've never been in that big of a hurry on the way to work. Ever. I don't understand why you would be in that big of a hurry to get to work. Leave a little earlier. And it's not even that. It's not even that because it's like I leave for work way too early, and a lot of people are like, "Why you leave so early?" But there's, you never know. You never know what situation you're going to get into. You never know if, I live on a road that has a landfill right down the road from me. So at any given time, there could be slow moving trash trucks. Most of the time, they're tractor and trailer. Tractor and trailers hauling garbage there, but You never know when you're going to get behind something and all that. You never know when you're going to have flat tire, or you're going to come across an accident you have to sit behind, or break down. You might have time to, repair, do some sort of repair out on the road to get going, to get back, to get there. And you never know what could happen. But then there's people that pass me around blind turns, and I know they work at JLG, where I work at. And the only shifts that would be on the road at that particular time, the earliest shift that I know of is 5:30, and I usually get there like 10 minutes after 5. I don't start till 6 o'clock. I get there like 10 minutes after 5. So even if the person behind me was working the 5:30 shift, they still had plenty of time. They didn't have to pass me quite so fast around a blind turn. I'm not like my dad. My dad, a lot of times, if someone passes him, he'll get all crazy and stuff no matter what the situation is. Someone wants to pass me, they're more than welcome to pass me. If I'm not going 60 mile an hour and a 45 and I'm not going fast enough, then they can pass me. And that's fine. But pass in a passing zone, not around a blind damn turn. Even if it's a straightaway and it's not a passing zone, you can see fine. But around blind turns, that's crazy. Like, and some people you talk to are like, oh, you'll be able to see the headlights coming. Yeah, right before you get run over. Right before you have a head-on collision, you'll see the fucking lights. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's that got to do with anything? You can see the lights, but that doesn't mean you can get out of the way in time, If their job, well, I'll say at least 70 mile an hour, because I'm driving 60, and they're passing me like I'm sitting still. So I'm going to say at least 10 miles an hour more than me. If they're driving 70, someone on the other side of the road's driving 60, 70. It's not going to take long to meet up. That's for sure. So, Highway 75, so people go 80, 90 something. Yeah, oh yeah. I think the highest here is 70. Like, Pennsylvania and Maryland, between Pennsylvania and Maryland, and into Maryland, I think the highest I've seen was 70. But yeah, there's people who drive, just kill that. Like, if it's 70, I'll try to go 70. Sometimes I don't even go 70 because you get them roads that sometimes that get a weird vibration if you go that fast, and like, I'll just stay in the slow lane and go 65 maybe. But then sometimes I go 75, in a 70. But, I've probably even been doing 80 sometimes, but very rarely have I ever went 80 mile an hour anywhere. So maybe to pass somebody on the dual highway that I needed to pass or something, I don't know. But not that makes a difference or is any better than just casually driving 80, but 80's 80 no matter what. But yeah, most I go 70 mile an hour usually on the dual highway. I've never went 70 mile an hour on a regular road. That's just ridiculous. Like, I was going almost 70 when my tire exploded. Yeah, I guarantee you. Guarantee that'd be scary. It's like I think the scariest, the scariest moment I ever had, and I want to say it was when I put my car on the roof, but that wasn't even scary because I didn't have enough time to get scared, you know what I mean? It happened so damn quick that I put my pickup on the roof. But I think the scariest one was when I was driving my father-in-law's Subaru Brat, I think it's called. And prior to this, his other son-in-law, which isn't really his son-in-law now because they got divorced, but he wrecked it into a deer or something and screwed up the front end. And they fixed it, but then what they failed to fix was the freaking hood latch. So, of course, guess who got to find out that they didn't fix the hood latch well enough, or fix it at all. I don't know which was the case, but I was going up the mountain. Sure enough, here come the hood. Wow! And that scared the shit out of me because I wasn't ready for it. You know what I mean? If I'd have saw the hood start moving or something, I'm like, okay, I better start slowing down. Was ready for the hood to come up. It might not have been so bad, but I had no idea. Wham! It slammed that fucking roof. That slammed that windshield, and it scared the shit out of me. Luckily, there was like that much of a gap. I could sort of look out and see where I was going, but slowed down and went back down. So I was like, well, I'll just limp up there, and of course it come up again. I'm like, yeah, I'm just stopping right here, and I tried to get off the road as best I could, and push it back down, and enough to where it lasted a little bit, and then probably went a few hundred yards. There's a bar up on top of the hill, top of the mountain. I pulled off and actually found a piece of rope in the back of the bed, and I tied it down. But it wrapped up around and broke the top glass of the sunroof and stuff and everything. Luckily, I didn't actually wreck with it, but it was still scary as hell. It was like, jeez. But yeah, I can't imagine a tire going like that, especially if it was a front tire, because the steering tire obviously would be worse than the back tires. But either way, it's gonna be scary as hell. So glad you didn't get seriously hurt on that. It'd be easy to do. There was actually somebody, I don't know who it was, but somebody got run into right at the front entrance of where I work at. Somebody that likes to walk. He was either walking home or riding a bike. Either way, he got hit with a car, and I guess he's doing all right. He had a broken leg or something, but I didn't think the guy was going to make it the way people were saying. You can't go by what people say completely, because that's how tall tales happen. Going through multiple people, and you don't know exactly what the real story is, but from what I was hearing, didn't sound real good. I mean, obviously it wasn't real good, but it sounded like the guy probably would make it. But I guess he did live. He said he had a broken leg and stuff, so which is bad enough, but it could have been a lot worse. That's for sure. But yeah, currently was looking for a dead mouse in here. It still stinks. Like, I cannot find where it got to. I put like rat poison out or decon out or whatever and kill them off and stuff, but it's hard to find them sometimes. I didn't even know it was in here until now. I smell it and like, yeah, there's a dead one in here somewhere. Hate that damn smell. I don't know why you wouldn't like the smell. Why you would like the smell, but you know what I mean. It's ugh. Smell of death, obviously. But yeah, I definitely want to do a retro stream again soon, as soon as I can. But it's harder to set those up. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Well, out here in the game room, obviously, we don't have a cat, but we have 3 cats in the house, and we still have freaking mice. It's crazy. Well, two of the cats actually kill mice. Well, one of them, the one normally, she normally kills the mice before they come in the house, or when they exit the house. I don't know which, but out in the driveway, she likes to kill all kinds of stuff, rabbits and squirrels, and if she can catch them, and takes their heads off and leaves them in front of her door and stuff, like, ugh. But then the youngest cat we have, he's actually a pretty good mouse killer. He's taken down a lot of mice over the course of time, and we use this stuff called Mouse X. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but apparently it's safe for other animals, just mice and stuff. You can't. Um, I don't know exactly what it does, but apparently it's safe for cats and dogs. It's just and other pets, but for mice it kills them. So and it seems like it does a decent job, but every once in a while you still see one running around or hear it scratching somewhere. Or, he's on the alert. Oliver, our one cat Oliver, he's on the alert. Whenever he hears some scratching around, even something that sounds remotely like something scratching around, he's investigating. So he does pretty good. But obviously, it's still, But out here in the game room, I get one every once in a while, but especially in the wintertime, they're going to be coming in more because it's cold outside and they don't want to fucking freeze to death. But we had one in our closet that died. Man, it stunk. Worse than in here because it's even a smaller area than this. It's a pretty decent sized closet, a walk-in closet, but it's still smaller than this, But obviously, but I'm actually in the process of figuring out how to. Well, it's probably. I mean, I could probably figure it out pretty easily. But just haven't tried yet to start doing this with my computer. Get a lot better picture than this. But I think I need to get a camera still. I have a camera, but I'm not sure how good it is. So I have a decent mic, so good there. But oh, I guarantee you. Oh, I didn't tell you about mice dying in weird places. I don't think I told you this one, Todd. So I walk in my son's room and I instantly smell dead mouse. And anybody that knows the smell, there's no denying. I'm like, yeah, dead mouse. And which is bad enough that you uh, mastered what they smell like. If I told you how often it happens sometimes, but I was like, so where is this? So I'm looking around, I can't find it, and my son's just sitting there playing away on his computer, and I walk over closer to him. I'm like, oh, it's over by the computer. So I'm like smelling around. I was like, shut off your computer, because I think there might be a dead mouse inside your computer, and I'm looking at it, and I just built this computer for him. It's a Dell computer, and I don't know Dell, right? Um, but I got all of his stuff to build it for $100, so I couldn't beat it. 16 gigs of RAM, 2 terabyte hard drive. I got it set up pretty good for what he uses it for. It's good enough for a while. But I just built it for him not long ago. At that point in time, at least, it's this has been a month or so ago. But anyway, um, so I'm like, it smells like it's come from that computer. I'm like, how in the hell did it get in a computer? Because I put sides back on it. There's not a very big holes in that thing for anything to get into, and it hadn't been opened since I built the damn thing. So, and I built it out here, and I think I would have noticed if a mouse went in there, and it'd have been stinging a lot sooner, sooner than it is now. Sure enough, there was a mouse in it, a dead mouse. To this day, I don't know how in the hell it got in there. It was weird. Orbit. I'll just call you Orbit. How you doing? Appreciate you stopping in. For sure. Talking about dead mice and computers right now. Riveting, I know. But I don't know how it got in there. Like, it was right in the front of the computer, like where the wires come off of the, the power switch into the computer, and it was right there. I'm like, how in the hell? Yeah, they do. You're right. Yeah, oh yeah. I'm glad because I was like, you need to shut your computer down because if there's a dead mouse in there, it could take, it could screw up your computer. And sure enough, it was in there, but at least it was in a decent place. That I don't know how it died in there. Like maybe it ate some of that poison and got in there and just died, maybe. But I don't know how in the hell it got in there. Like I looked at that computer up and down, and I'm like, how did it get in there? Like it's strange, but not like it chewed its way in there. It's fucking metal. But it was weird. It's the weirdest one I've seen so far. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again. I mean, it wasn't that big of a mouse, but still, jeez. And another thing, why did it get in there? Like, not like there was food in there for it. Maybe because it was warm. Uh, I don't know. It's crazy. And when did it get in there? Like, while he was playing it? You know? But there was a mouse that liked to run our countertop all the time. And it'd run back and forth all the time. And his computer was on the counter at one point, so maybe it got in then. Between then and moving it to his bedroom when we got his bedroom finished, painting and everything. But I don't know. Oh, how's it going? Okay. How you doing? Yeah, everything's going good as far as I know. Hope everything's going good with you. But yeah, I was talking to Todd there, Gray Alien Gaming, Mr. Todd there. I was talking to him about we was talking about mice there, and a mouse got in Gregory's computer. I don't know how it got in there, but the one I built for him, I don't know how to. It was crazy. But yeah, I actually went to. I think I mentioned it already in the stream, but I got the freaking tower and the monitor, and it already had the RAM in it. I think, yeah, it already had the RAM in it, but in the hard drive for $100. I couldn't beat that. That was a damn good deal. But I didn't get him keyboard and mouse because he already had keyboard and mouse. So, but if I had to, it wouldn't have been much more for a keyboard and mouse. Those things don't cost a whole lot, but we just recently got him a gaming mouse, which cost a little bit more money, but still isn't bad. But yeah, it's strange where mice can get. That's for sure. Underneath doors that are just barely gapped and all kinds of stuff. Weird. Need to clean up in the game room here again. Doesn't take long for it to get messy sometimes. I can move around at least, but still it gets cluttered up rather quickly. Yeah, I heard, Gage, that you got your treatment or whatever. I hope everything went well on that. So doesn't sound like fun, that's for sure. IV and all those things suck. Guess it's better than the alternative, though, right? I mean, but yeah, figured I'd go at least an hour and a half here, and oh, one thing I did finally get, Todd. I don't know if I even told you. I don't know if I even mentioned it or told you anything about it, but it's back to my movie projector when I was my projector when we watched movies in the house. I was actually it's out here. I was putting up like a screen. I was hanging it up on the center thing because our living room roof, living room ceilings like this, and I was there's like in the middle strip. I was hanging it there every time, having to hang it up. But I finally did put up my pull down projector screen that I bought a while ago, and I finally did put it up the other day. So it's a whole lot easier to just pull that down and be able to watch a movie. So the kids love watching movies on that. So do I, but pretty awesome. Put up to 200-inch screen. You can go up to a 200-inch. So that's pretty awesome. Now that I got decent sound with it and stuff, you have to come by sometime, Gage, and watch a movie with us. But and like I said, now that I got the sound good. That's freaking awesome. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's cool because we have the coffee tables like in a great place. Um, I just put my projector on the tripod that it comes with, and it takes a few minutes to set up and get it right, but it doesn't take too long. It's a whole lot, like I said, it's a whole lot quicker now that I have that pull down projector screen and the Bluetooth speaker that I don't have to plug something extra into it and stuff like that. But works pretty damn good. I want to get a Roku stick because it has a side panel that comes off. Actually, didn't it was off when I got it, and I put it on just to finish the side of it. But it has a thing where you can plug a Roku stick in it. I definitely want to get a Roku stick and put in there and keep it in there. That way I can just search, different. Because there's a bunch of free stuff I have on Roku, like Freebie and Tubi and uh, Freebie, Tubi, and Pluto TV, and then I have a couple paid services like I could watch my wrestling on. I could watch pay-per-view events and stuff on it because I bought Peacock, and I got the paid subscription to Peacock and Disney Plus, and it'd be awesome to do all that. But I got a Fire Stick, and the Fire Stick goes in there, but it won't work because the power part of the Fire Stick is on the wrong side, and it blocks it. It's kind of weird. But I get that Roku stick. That all work pretty damn good. It even has like a hole through the bottom of it. I guess there's a reset button on that side of it. of the Roku stick. You don't even have to take it out there. You don't have to take the cover off and reset it. You can just push something like a paper clip or something up through the bottom of it and hit a reset. Pretty neat. But yeah, I'll be jumping off here shortly. Don't want to take it too long, just obviously because, well, get tired around this time of the day, and that, and people, again, people don't want to watch a 2 or 3 hour video most of the time. So, yeah, that's the biggest reason why. I could sit here and talk for however many hours, but just get tired quick sometimes around this time of the day. I even had a little bit of a nap today. Not by my choice. I just fucking fell asleep. I woke up like, oh, I took a nap. Whoops. I normally don't do that on the weekends, but once in a while I do. But I try not to because it's the weekend. You don't want to sleep your damn weekend away. It's short enough as it is. But if you need a nap, you need a nap, I suppose. But I don't want to fall asleep and have it filmed. Like, oh, he's sleeping on the stream. Huh? I've already did that once. But yeah, what the heck am I at? Before I log off here. I'm at 700, or yes, 700. I'm at 574 subscribers, so starting to get some more here. Just remember, it's 600 subscribers, which I got a little ways to go. All you gotta do is be subscribed to participate. I'm gonna be doing another giveaway. 600 subscribers, so everyone keep that in mind, and hopefully I'll get a good turnout. But yeah, there's that anyway. So not too far from now. Might try to change it up a little bit on the gift, but it's probably still gonna be a card because that's just the easiest thing to do. I could send it without having to literally mail it. So. But yeah, probably jump off here really shortly. And appreciate everybody that come out and checked out the stream here. Anybody that watches the stream later on, I equally appreciate it. Any support I can get. Remember, at 600 subscribers, going to be doing a giveaway. Remember, after this video has been uploaded, check the links in the description below. I'll put them in. And, yeah. So I'll probably go ahead and end the stream now, even though it's not at 1:30. Just because got a couple other things I got to do. And so, yeah. Thanks for all the support. And, catch you next time right here in the Oasis. Later.